What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is my Snowfall Season 4 RIP Khadijah and where she went wrong. Now, Khadijah, she died. Of course, she was pissed. She was upset that her baby was killed, but was it really on her or was it really on Leon and everybody? I think she wasn't taking enough responsibility for her actions, and in the end, she wouldn't let it go, which that's part of the reason the episode was called Sleeping Dogs, because she wouldn't let sleeping dogs lay. Now, let's get into it. When we first start off, I want to say, I think that they kind of glanced over that she had a lot of childhood trauma, and I think that was an underlying condition for her, because Man Boy did say when you was in that foster home and that dude was doing something to you, I'm the one that handled that for you. So I think that she had some type of childhood trauma for this character, and it was really hard for her to deal with, and she never really got over that. And then the fact that her losing her daughter made everything that much worse. That was probably the person she wanted to protect and make sure that she didn't have to go through what she went through as a kid. Now, when they was trying to get this plan together, Scully realized that maybe that what happened to them is because they were living in sin, and he said they were being punished by God, and I think that they didn't want to believe it. And if she would have, maybe she could have let things go, but she didn't. She decided to go ahead and make a batch of that little funk 2000, that good hit a quitter. And what it did is it was some killer, you know what I'm saying, some killer chloroform in the hood. Even Scully was like, man, you doing too much. She ended up getting one of her girlfriends to set up Fatback, and she was fine with them thick old legs. Fatback ain't never seen no thighs that juicy except for when he go to Popeyes and get a 5-piece extra dark. So he didn't know what to do. It was irresistible. And so, of course, that plan worked, but she should have let it go. She shouldn't have kept going after people and killing the wrong people. Fatback isn't the one responsible for her daughter, and actually nobody knew who pulled that trigger, but she wanted to take it out on Leon, and that's because Leon is the one that came up to the car and saw her crying with the baby. So she ended up using Fatback for an ashtray. She ended up torturing the brother. She ended up carving off a little bit of fresh applewood bacon off his back, and you know, in the end, he took a L because of her hatred. She wouldn't let it go. She ended up slicing and dicing him and had him straight delivered fresh for like DoorDash right to the club for Aunt Louie, to everybody to see. And so she wouldn't let it go. She put a bounty on people. She had Salt and Pepper over here taking out any dude who fro didn't get a perfect roundedness like Leon's, and so we had every lopsided dude with a lopsided fro in danger in the hood. And even Man Boy knew that was a problem. He tried to tell him to calm down. He even had to pull the strap on them and tell them to get the hell out of here. But when he tried to confront her, she would not listen. She would never let it go. I understand her baby was killed, but she had to realize she was starting to cause more damage than it was worth in the end. That dude in the trunk had nothing to do with that, but he lost his life. Fatback, he lost his life. We saw what happened with another person when she had that bounty. She had that crackhead pull the gun out on Leon. That crackhead almost lost her life because of what Khadijah had going on. She had that bounty. She wanted that money. She was trying to be a rock star, get more rocks, crack rocks, and move on up. And if it wasn't for Leon having a sympathy for what happened, she would have been dead. And so she wouldn't let it go. She ended up trying to go to the funeral for Fatback, which is even worse, that you're going to go and disrespect somebody's funeral and shoot up some people. And when she did do that with her girls, she missed, and she hit a one woman that was there that had nothing to do with it, as well as she ended up shooting Aunt Louie, and that's Aunt Louie had nothing to do with what happened with her daughter. And I think she needs to take responsibility that she shouldn't have had her daughter in the car with her while they riding around with people with guns and they doing dirt. So once she realized that Drew, man boy, was dead. She was pissed. She even hit Scully upside the head with the ashtray, which I did love that part. That was funny. She knocked him upside his head. He got his drawers out, and he was salty, but he didn't hit her or nothing because he understand that she going through a lot, and she ended up making the call saying, hey, I'm going to double that bounty. I want to make sure that we get that dude. And so it just that she doubled down on that hate. And even Scully said, you got to get that hate about your hoard. You got to get that hate about your hoard. And she wasn't listening. She once she got the call that they did have, Leon, she was just like blinded, just like her brother, into rage and trying to get what she want. And Scully tried to talk her down, but she said, if you don't get with this, we ain't got nothing to talk about. And he tried to call her and tell her to chill, but she didn't. Soon as she saw Leon, she was ready to shoot him right in the living room. But she didn't realize a peep game, just like her brother. She didn't look around the house, see what's going on, and she fell for the okie doke, talking about she'll triple the bounty. And like Franklin told him, it's more than a triple. It's deeper than that. And so Leon gave her one last chance. He was trying to apologize. He was trying to say that wasn't the intention, that was, an accidental shooting. And she said, oh, okay, so you're going to kill my daughter. Now you're going to kill me. Why I got to be the bigger person? And Jerome didn't want to hear all that. And the reason why you needed to be the bigger person is because you the one that's about to die. And it was hard for Leon because now he felt that he didn't took out a woman and her kid, even though she wouldn't let it go. And I'm sure while she was sitting there gasping on her last few breaths, she wished that she did. And it's nothing worse than laying on that cold slab. And I feel bad for Scully. He tried to tell her to get that hate about her hoard, but she wouldn't do it. And now he done lost his whole family. He done lost man boy. He done lost his baby mama. He done lost his baby. And she just would not let it go. Sometimes it's best in life to move on, even on the hardest situations. But I don't know, man. She had a lot of hate in her heart. She had a lot of trauma. I mean, the micro braids was super tight on her head. Maybe she wasn't thinking right. I don't know. But in the end, she should have been the bigger person, because you already have caused other people to lose their life. You're perpetuating this cycle of violence. Just like you're hurt, all these other people will be hurt because they loved ones are dead now. All you doing is perpetuating this cycle of hurt and pain. And you needed to be the bigger person because you the one that got the gun on you. You the one that's about to die. It was your choice then to be the bigger person. Even if you couldn't, she could have at least lied or tried, but she didn't. She kept it real. She kept it 100. And that's an example of when keeping it real goes wrong. Would you rather be real and hard and end up dead, or, realize what's going on, have a little softness in your heart, and live to fight another day, or live just another day? If it was me and it was my situation and my son was killed, it would be very, very hard for me to deal with that. It would. I'm not going to lie. And I would probably want to go and do some stuff just like her. But in the end, man, I would have to let it go like Scully was doing. And it wouldn't be easy. And it would probably make me get out the game altogether if I wasn't able to get that revenge right away. Which, even if you did get revenge, it wouldn't bring your child back. It wouldn't fix the problem. And so in the end, you just perpetuating the same cycle of violence and death and murder. But Scully, I hope that he's able to keep his cool. I know it's going to be extremely hard now that he done lost everything, but he was on the right path and on the right track to try to get that hate about his hoard. And I wish that she was able to do the same. She needed to be the bigger person, because if you wasn't, you was going to be a dead person, which she ended up being. In the end, y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Should she have been the bigger person? Should she have let it go? Did she already do enough damage? She should have just did more planning and had a better strategy in order to get Leon, instead of what she was doing and going about it reckless, because her and her brother both ended up dead because they didn't do the right thing as far as how to try to get their goals accomplished. And they thought they were smart, they thought they was able to do whatever, and in the end it backfired. So y'all let me know what you think. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace, and I'm out.